Hi, today we will discuss the Probit regression model. To do the Probit regression model, we have to first choose the dependent variable. And the dependent variable will be a dummy variable. That is, if such a literacy, if a person literate, then equal to 1, otherwise 0. So the probability of literacy of a person equal to 1, 0, how influenced by the different factors such as household factors or individuals factors or school factors. We'll check it in this tutorial classes. So here we have 2696 individuals information, and here we have a variable, that is variable 9, and this variable is ability to read or write. So we should first rename the variable. So type in the command box rename and then select variable 19 and write literacy underscore literacy. So the variable's name is done in literacy. Now we will tap the literacy variable, whether it is 1 or 0. Now we have a problem that we are seeing here. There are some misallocation of this variable. So we will delete all the variables which is greater than values which is greater than 1. So now this may be due to imputation problem of the variable. So we will delete is values which is greater than 1. So now write down the comment box drop if literacy is greater than 1. So 6 observations has been deleted, and now we will tap the variable is literacy. So it is now 0 and 1. 1 means the probability to be literate is equal to 1, otherwise 0. And which factors influence this probability to be literate, and how to interpret the explanatory variables or covariates or independent variables which influence the probability be a literate person. In this case, we will write in the command box is probit, okay, probit, then our dependent variable is literacy. And literacy, here we will use some of the continuous variables, also some of the dummy variables. So just we write down in the command box is the probit, then the dependent variable is literacy, which has a 1, 0 variable, that is a dummy variable. Suppose we are using here is a sex or operator variable of the caste, operator variable of religion, okay. And these all are the, suppose sex is a dummy variable, is 0 female and 1 is male. Caste is a categorical variable, that's why we have used a operator that is small I dot, and similarly religion small I dot. And we can write here is a BPL. These all are the categorical or dummy variables. Now we will use a very continuous variable, that is monthly expenditure on education by the family. And we will also use a another variable such as distance from home to school. That is why, and we will here to calculate the heterostaticity corrected Probit regression. So we will write the VCE in robust. Okay, so we will enter, and then we found that this is our result, that the sex is a female is 0 and male is equal to 1. So here the result will be represented if the dummy variable has a 1. Here we 1 means the male category. So sex variable represents the result of male. So in this case, how to interpret this result for the dummy variable and for the continuous variable. So now we have the sex, suppose, and we get the result is 0.63874466. What are the interpretations of this value? What is the interpretation of this value on the literacy rate? This means that 63.87% is higher probability to be literate of male candidate than the female, or simply there is a higher probability to be literate of male than female. In the second case, where in the caste we have to using here the schedule caste as a base, and we are reporting the result of scheduled tribe, OBC and general. And in this case, how to interpret a categorical variable? This caste is a categorical variable. So this means ST is means that there is a probability of 66.37% lower to achieve or to be literate than the scheduled caste. That means scheduled tribe has a lower chance to be literate compared to the scheduled caste. On the other hand, the other backward classes has a positive probability to be a literate. Similarly for the general caste and religion, there is a we reporting here is Muslim and base is Hindu. So Muslim candidate is also has a lower probability to be a literate. So this is the interpretation of dummy and the categorical variable. Now we will discuss a continuous variable. Suppose variable 33 means the distance of school from home, and the distance from school from home means when if there is an increase in 1% increase in the distance of education distance in kilometer, one if there's 1 kilometer increase in distance between home and school, then there is a probability of 13.87% to be illiterate. That means this is a policy variable. That means if the distance between school and home decreases, then then there will be lower probability or a higher probability to be illiterate or lower probability to be literate. So this is the interpretation of continuous variable. But in this case, it is not easy to interpret the Probit model. So in this case, we should furnish another way. Now we want to discuss it as a difference, as a calculus way. So how to do this? So in this case, we will write down mfx command in our command box, then enter. This is not working. Default predicts. So the marginal effect, this is the mfx, is used to describe the results in terms of the calculus ways. So in this case, when we write down mfx as to get the marginal effect, we find a problem. The results or output is not opened in our Stata software. So why, how we tackle this? So there is a problem. There is a problem. Which is the problem? Problem is that when we continue our Probit regression, then we want to continue the marginal effects on the to interpret the results. So in this case, we should not use the operator on the categorical variable. This is the caution on the operator variable to find out the marginal effects. So in this case, we should modify our Probit command. So in this case, how to solve this problem? So first, we will generate the or break the cast category. How to break that cast category? So in the command box, write tab cast gen, G for gen, cast. So we get cast. There is a 4 variable. If you see the right hand side, you can see that there is a 4 variable has been is generated. So similarly, religion. So tab religion. This is also a categorical variable. So G religion. You can rename any you can name in a box any name as your choice. So you will get 2 dummy, that is religion, Hindu or Muslim. So now we will refreshing our Probit command, and we will omit the operator from the categorical variable, and we will include this way, then we will include the Muslim. You can rename all the variables. I do not do that. How to rename the variable already I discussed. Already I discussed. So now we will enter our command box. The same results we will find compared to the previous result. So in this case, how? Now we will write down mfx marginal effects. So this is the marginal effects result, and the result is informed that dy by dx. If 1% x increases, then how much will change y? And the y is means the probability to be literate. That is 1. So you can easily describe the result from the Probit regression from the marginal effects after Probit. So after Probit, you will write down mfx in your chat box and sorry, in your command box, and then when you will press enter, then you will get the marginal effects. And this is nothing, that is the sex. If suppose is your variable 33, that is the policy variable, the distance between home and school. And how to interpret this? If 1 kilometer increases the distance, then 1.8 percent of literacy rate will decrease. So this is the marginal effects. And what are the problems of them to find out the marginal effect? Then you should not use categorical variable or any operator, that is IA. That there is a different type of the operator in the Probit command, and it is and then the marginal effects, that is the MFX, will not work properly, or you will see, you will find a caution. So then you will break all the categorical variable into dummy variables. Then you will write down the MFX. Then you will get the simply results of the marginal effects results. So thank you for watching, Chan, and the tutorial of Probit regression.